Well, howdy everyone. My name is Jessad Bacon, your second place competitor for the Skyweavers League. Ah, not taking first. Oh well. Let's see who all we got on the stream. We got GoodDog, Zygote, Rich Girl. Thank you all for coming. Moon, also good to see y'all. Remember, we need to hit 10, otherwise GoodDog is going to punch me, and we just hit 10. Okay, that works. So going ahead and pop that over the screen. So, yikes. Okay, for any of y'all who were not watching the tournament, we just had our Sky Weavers. It was the first one. I'm helping organize this, run this. If you're in the Foxfang server, you might have gotten some of the content for it. It's our bracket. I managed to beat Chipungo. I managed to beat Ginorino. I got all the way up to finals. And then Swapko just absolutely decked me. I got abused by this man. And I've known Swapko for a while. Swapko, I'm good friends with him. I think. I hope. But he's another Hork player, mostly known for playing his Unrise deck. This was actually something that I took inspiration for whenever I was picking my deck. Because, I was looking at the tournament, I was looking at the people, I'm like, y'all are going to be really greedy. So I'm going to, do all these greedy shenanigans. I'm going to play, basically no hard removal. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I saw Swapko in the bracket. I saw a bunch of other people. Ginorino really had me scared. Chipungo also, just knowing how wacky his Zam combos can be. So, as the reasonable person I am, I banned this deck. See, I brought two. Fork decks are functionally the same, because I'm like, screw you, I'm playing this list. It literally only changes, Molten Heart for suit up. But, yeah, that's all I did, because I'm like, I'm just gonna play Hork. Expecting everybody to be greedy, expecting y'all to do all these dummy shenanigans with, Royals and Floodwaters. I was expecting Grandpa to see him in finals with, his, Floodwater deck with, 15 Dracomantiums or some crap. And no, just Swapko brought out this absolute monster and just pounded me into the floor with it. So let's go ahead and just look at this list real quick, because honestly, this is a pretty cool list. You look at the curve, you look at the units and spells, this is an aggro deck. Or maybe you can call it mid-range. It puts stats on board very fast, and it draws a lot of cards while doing it too. It's your very standard Wiz things. Except for the playing units part. But the curve is very low, and then we've got this one A-cost unit here. What might that be? Oh my, it's Gemini. Wow, I've mentioned it, I think, once before, after also getting decked by this card. But, this thing is a yikes. If you have any board with Gemini, it will pound you into the ground. And apparently Toofy Hurdy somehow also just ran over me. But it was mostly just not even those net draws. So he did have good draws. I would really place it more on my own fault with my own deck. Because we look at this. It's very, cheap. We do a lot of drawing, cost reduction, fishing, and teleporting. And in Professors, we've got lots of draw, removal. And we've got a lot of buffing things with Inspirator, Double Orchids, Minstrel. It's a good list. So, just post-tournament breakdown, because I know y'all love hearing me talk about this. Why did this deck lose? So first, let's talk about what this deck is very good at. I am very good with this deck when it comes to, grinding out a game. When it comes to just raw resources, I can do so much with this list. And it mostly comes down to Ancient's Rise and also doing Unfallow things. Normally, you can't play Unfallow with mummies, because you shuffle them back into your deck, and then, congratulations, you went +1 in hand, but now there are, extra cards in your deck that you don't want to draw. The remedy is that you just play these two little one-costs that both float, into other things, especially Crystal. Crystal is very good with this list. You kind of just do that, and then whenever you unfallow, yeah, sure, you get extra mummies in your hand, but you can at least play them, you can get these things out. But mostly, pretty much every card in this deck tends to go +1, at least. Eclipse is a +1, it draws 2, Temple Watch, it replaces itself. Old Hoogie with the Spore Blast, Chester, Casket into Crypto is just huge, Brimstone does that too, Opal Golem. The one thing you guys might have noticed throughout the tournament was I had this problem with overdrawing. I really had this come up in my second game with Ginorino, where I just kept overdrawing cards. And that is our first flaw that we are going to look at with this deck. I made the list too greedy. Not only for, like, in terms of cost, because playing all of these things is a little bit insane, especially in hindsight, but also, it's just too expensive. I can't play the cards out of my hand. And I'm sure all of you saw that in my game with Swapko, where, like, he had all of these things, and, like, I simply could not play enough cards. At the same time, in my game with, Shapungo in semis, literally that game 1, where I took, like, the Ether Mask and the Buckler up, and then I plussed my hand so much that I couldn't Ether Mask into, like, a Force Harder Earth Golem to Buckler up. My own strategy defeated itself. So that is our first issue that we are going to look at with this deck. We definitely have to get, like, the draw engine tuned better. Because it doesn't matter how many cards you draw if you can't actually play them. Like, some other work lists that I have. I don't have them on this account, but I'm sure some of y'all have seen the one that doesn't play Draco. It kind of just does things with, like, Rumbo and Earwig and Tiamat. And we'll just go in the filters. Yeah, that list runs so much more efficiently than something like a Draco list generally does, because the cards just tend to be cheaper, and the faster you can play the cards out of your hand, the sooner you can draw more cards, which is the sooner that you can generate more tempo. That's how it's able to get away with playing such a greedy option in Earwig, because it also plays things like Bad Dreams. You can, like, just vomit out your hand, and then you play a lot of things. So that was the first issue. Second issue is, let's look at the actual spells I have in this list. There are 15 spells in this list and 15 units. 4 more control lists that can be perfectly fine. This is a combo piece. This is healing. This is light removal. This is a floater. It also sets up Draco and some other things. This is draw and float. This is kind of crowd control. We'll call it a board clear. Draw, combo piece, AoE. Technically AoE. I'm not really going to count it. Draw. Basically units. 1 piece of hard removal. More units. AoE spell. Very expensive AoE spell. And one of my win cons. Why I did not see this until it was too late is beyond me, but this list has, like, no freaking removal. Like, none. Okay, so we have Brimstone, and occasionally we hit Brimstone off a casket. But also puts the removal back into my hand. That is, not ideal in a deck where I'm constantly overdrawing. Secondly, my god, the meta is not this greedy. I do not need Forest Heart and Ancient's Rise to set up, like, all of these shenanigans. I'm perfectly fine just playing Unfallow, and then I don't need to manage those resources. So just for tuning deck purposes, I'm already going to say, I've already thought about this long and hard. We are easily cutting these things. So now we have 3 more cards. I need to think about our overdraw issue and our removal issue, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of doing, like, a quick look at them, just because, like, I don't want to, because I'm going to be playing you guys, and I said, yeah, you guys can play me on stream, and then it'll be like, oh, you challenged me, and then, oh, wait, you changed your deck? Yeah, because I've been looking at this list the entire tournament going, what the hell did I submit? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Oh, hey, I'm at 54 health, that's neat. And I kind of just went, oh yeah, I'll just see how this works. Apparently, it works great until they drop, like, an 11-1 2-feet Hurdy on you, and you just die. Other than that, the list's been pretty good, but there's always room for improvement. Yeah, so first off, I had Swapko recommend this to me. Or, why am I typing CD? I blame Shapungo for that. Easily needs to be here. You guys have seen a lot of those games where I kind of had Vapors sitting on my hero, and there's a lot of times where I played, like, Temple Watch and cleanse the Vapors, and then it'd be like draw and also chill. I need more water targets to do that with. That's really good. That is really good. But yeah, so definitely put this here, and this also helps solve our overdraw problem. Because first off, this can, like, that's 2-cost kill Trailblazer. That's already, like, kind of good in its own right. It kills Doomshrooms, which Doomshroom spam is actually one of the things that my deck doesn't do so hot against. Kind of just a bunch of other things. But mostly, this fixes our overdraw, and this also gives us some more synergy with Crystal, which, with the Unfallow, we are playing quite a few times. Secondly, we've cut our Brimstone, which means that, like, we're a bit low on dusting now, but we still have Raise Arms and Cause Wrath. I want to play Dracomantium, and I want to play Suit Up, which means that I am not allowed to play Light Ranger. Normally, White Ranger is an amazing card for Hork, because usually you fetch Beloved with it, so it already heals you 2. And then there are at least 3 other characters on board, White Ranger and the 2 heroes. So now that becomes 6 cost, heal 5, and also remove a card from your deck. If y'all don't know, removing cards from your deck is value in and of its own right, simply because that's a card that you do not draw later. Always think of removing a card from your deck as like half a draw, and now think about why White Ranger is good. He basically replaces himself and heals. There's also the other deal where Temple Watch on a Grave Royal is something that I'm always thinking about with my list. Honestly, I basically never get Temple Watch into Titanic or Undragon, and frankly, I basically never need it, because I usually win the game before then. The real reason Temple Watch, with nothing else, is here is to threaten you with the idea of me getting Titanic into Undragon, or Temple Watch into Undragon, res Titanic with an out-effect Earth unit from Ether Mask. Like, it doesn't actually happen. It never happens. But it mandates that you hold on to dusting cards to deal with my Titanic and or Undragon. And if you do not, and we're in like the uber late game, I can just Grave Royal into Undragon. One of the reasons I think that Wisdom and Heart is probably the best deck in the game, despite like its lack of tournament results, is because you can always Grave Royal with a Giza into an Undragon, which you can then use to pull, like, I don't know, a Scorpio with Guard, and then everything has Faith, and then like you just draw more cards. Because like on average, a Wisdom card draws like 1.2 cards or something. I don't know. Like, the number of Wisdom cards that don't draw cards is so low that you're basically just going to chain your draws with Wisdom. But anyways, White Ranger is always a consideration here, because it can also be turn 8 White Ranger into Raise Arms. It does the Vashiva thing, but a bit better because we take the card out of the deck, and then it also heals you a bit more. It's a bit more stats. The lifesteal is threatening. And if we're going to accept that we either White Ranger or Raise Arms, or not White Ranger, or Vishiva out of the Temple Watch, White Ranger, in my opinion, is better. Because White Ranger will also out of deck Smite, which is kind of just killing a thing. You don't heal for it, you just take 1 point of damage. But out of deck, killing a thing is good. And in the Aggrat matchup, White Ranger can rip out Cause Wrath. With all that said, I still think I want to play Suit Up. Let's look at our metal cards that we have here. While I'm doing that, we'll check the chat. Alpha, yeah. Y'all want to see me play Shapungo? Yeah, I will definitely do a guide on Hork in the future. Yeah, I do not play Phoenix Plume in this list. You know why? Because generally, what am I Phoenix Pluming? Opal Golem? Yeah, Opal Golem on Phoenix Plume is pretty good. Casket is kind of no, not really. Old Fogey is usually the ideal hit. Old Fogey is pretty much the ideal hit, because then Phoenix Plume just becomes like 3 mana, draw Old Fogey, and gain a max mana. You can do shenanigans with that. Or it's like, but I already have Evermore. And I tried using it a lot. There's not really the space available for that. So what are other options that we can do with Draconanthium? So Metal Ring was something that I tried for a while, and it can actually occasionally work. It's really stupid, because like you can Metal Rune onto like a turn 2 Schwarnoni and then just punch it, and it's like, well, what do I do? If they have the Fire Rune, you kind of just cry. But other than that, and Sunder will already take care of that. Chainstorm could be a thing, maybe. Chainstorm is always hard to run with Hork. Molten Heart, I mean, what? Okay, so Molten Heart is a great card. What am I playing Molten Heart on in this list? I don't play Hydrex. I currently do not play like a Rumbo or a Polar Bear, so I'm not really sure what I play Molten Heart to hit. It's a great card. It's a good card. My list does not run the targets for it. Let's look here now. Yeah, I don't really see metal options, and you really need to have like metal cards for Dracomantium. I mean, guys always talk about, oh, this card is so busted, oh, Hork is so busted, and then you see that game where like my hand is just full, I can't play anything. Dracomantium just gets a little silenced. Had to use Buckler Up. So I think that we are. The other thing to consider is that we could cut Suit Up, and then Crystal Case should be a bit more consistent. It'd be Draco or Eclipse or Impale or Buckler Up. Buckler Up like enables our anima combos, but I don't think that's what we need. What I do think we need, though, is we definitely need to put in at least one more unit to balance this out. One more thing I'd like to try is I kind of want to try Rembo. Like, it's another big, beefy unit that doesn't really plus my hand, although it usually finds something that pluses my hand. Although there's always a risk with Rembo of drawing out of that 3-cost unit, like, say, Rocket, and then I lose my Temple Watch, Recur onto Titanic. So, together, we put that in. I think what we're going to do we have any other Witter cards? What do y'all think I need to do? Any suggestions in the chat? Any at all? I think I want Polar Bear. I mean, it finds Grave Roll and then Cosrath. It also clears Vapors. It's also another seekable Vapor target. See, this list is also lacking in AoE. So maybe we don't run Polar Bear. Maybe we run like another AoE option and some more utility unit. Add more cheap units and draw. See, I don't want any more 1-cost units because I want to be able to unfallow into Crystal every time. I don't want any more 2-cost units because I want to be able to cascade into Opal Golem every time because that is just nutty. Why would I ever not want to do that? Hey, here's an idea. I play Polar Bear a lot, but with Crystal and Unfallow, I do kind of hit Vapors a lot. What if we try Chainstorm, and then we also run another thing to put on top of my hero? Like, yeah, we'll throw in Chainstorm. And until we think of a better option, I kind of want to put Seesaw in here. Y'all, this card is good. It's not the best card, but I feel like this card is slept on. Because if you play it right, it's 1-cost draw and heal 2. It also enables our Vapor things that we want to do with Unfallow. We've been hitting Vapors a lot. It's cheap, it lets me get things out of my hand. And Chainstorm is more meddling things. And unfortunately, we are now running 13 units, 17 spells. But, we will try this. We will try this. Oh, second each. Okay, so who wants first? No news, I've put quite a few alts up here now. I quite enjoy knocking down Dog Pound accounts. Like, look at this. Top 3 is Dog Pound, or not Dog Pound, Fox Fang. And GoodDog's there as the third ranked. I think I'm like the 5th ranked player now. Lincoln Ben's Freud, GoodDog, Hanu, then me. Yep. If we don't count Ben's, then I am number 3. Group deck. I never saw this coming. Yeah. Because, like, Blue Moon is always something. Well, I gotta have I guess we'll keep it. The turn 5, kill everything less than 4 attack. Or 4 attack or less. Oh boy, Grave Royal. Guess we're gonna need that later. Mark is so good. Mark is so busted. No, you fool. I just make good decks usually. I see you opted for the Gambit. Really don't like playing that so fast, but I cannot afford those vialing into my deck. Like, I literally cannot afford them. Those things... Why are vials, like, so disruptive and good at being disruptive? Well, this is not great. He's drawing cards, and I'm not drawing cards. You drew a card for me, thank you. I know exactly what that web bed is about to do. Nice when they actually play hard removal. Dang, bro, that was kind of cringe. Yeah. What dead? That's cool. This will be handy. Oh, thanks for finding my Evermore. Oh, what, are you going to dust this with your lightning bolt? Please, go ahead. So we have Draco. I can't be mad about that. Crypto? I'd say this is going pretty well. Yeah. Both accounts. I suppose I should have done that first. But, really doesn't matter. Here's another issue. Because I never have the space for Doomshroom, I can never just turn 13 on Dragon. Oh well. Bit of a static noise, you say? Huh. Here, let me try something. Okay, Bluetooth should be off now. As a using my cringe pod as a microphone. Wonder if that's any better. Can y'all tell me in the chat if this works any better? The static noise you may be hearing may also be the fans of my MacBook as it tries to not explode. No better. Fantastic. That is what we are working with. Nothing better. Oh, better? Howdy. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, it's still static. Okay, so my just want to do that and that. Wait, Shapungo, why are you? I've been talking about my plays. Why are you still here? Shapungo, what are you doing? Yeah, Raph is definitely the play here. Raph is definitely the play. Yeah, I guess so. New lethal route unlocked. Sunder face. GG, Shapungo. GG. You have perished to the horror. See, now that I've won, I'm in a much better mood. And I'm not getting bodied by Swapgo. Like, an 11 attack on a 2-free No, we are not connecting to my phone. In case you haven't noticed, bit of a history. I wouldn't say nerd. I like history. Like, my phone is Silk Road. My cringe pods are Soothing World War One sounds. And then whenever I got new ones for Christmas, Soothing World War One sounds remastered. I'll just do this, and whoever wants to go can go. Yeah, so we've got Yokai on. That'd be me. Hypolast. Then there's Zygon. Oh, we got up to Grand Weaver. Dang, man, good job. And then it's me again. All of these are me. And then it's Prior. We, Foxfang attempted to recruit him, but we accidentally recruited the wrong Prior, and he did not. I was talking to him, and he's like, oh yeah, that was, he's like, I'm asking him how my deck is working. He's like, oh yeah, it's good. Like, really vague, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't want to talk. So, like, I got a Prior in Foxfang, but then I found out, like, a week later, I'd recruited a different Prior, and that the real Prior had already been taken by Dog Pound. Stay with Foxfang. Pungo, your garbage deck. I beat this deck the other day. Oh, you better confirm this. I won with, like, my Fox aggro deck, and you healed, like, 70 health that game. Generally, want to cry. Okay, so this hand is that. This is a hand. This is certainly a hand. We've got a bit more removal in the deck now. We've got a bit more draw. The AoE department was definitely lacking. Definitely got caught lacking with my AoEs. Yeah, I used to, like, Burninate in, like, every deck. I used to play it constantly. Play it with Firesight, Flame Phoenix, and then you Firesight to clear the Flame Phoenix. And I realized that Burninate was kind of just too slow. And Flame Phoenix is an amazing card when you're already winning a lot. Oh, Alpha, it was entirely because of your inspiration. I was playing Ranger, that's how I was able to do it. It was entirely because I played so many games against you, and I knew how dangerous playing Ranger was, that I knew to have it in my Fox list. Would not have done it otherwise. Oh, what is this?
Okay, Crystal Crypto. Here's the tactic. We need to smother you in guard. And now that that is not dustable, we either need to draw Raise Arms, which necrotic hack. Okay, yeah, of course, of course. Crystal, yep. Oh hey, look at this combo. Now show me the Glacial Tomb. Show it to me. Right here, man. Glacial Tomb. Glacial Tomb, where is it? I know you have it. It's gotta be here. This would not be a fair game if you didn't have Glacial. There we go. There we are. And you are strategically not killing my old fogey just to be a PIA. As you do. Yeah, I'll just heal 10 more health. Why not? Shapungo, is this list up? Dead weight? Of course! Yeah, why wouldn't you just have the immediate removal answer for it? Why wouldn't you? Okay, this feels really good. Oh my god, that felt good. Eat it. Eat it, Shapungo. I don't even care that you have another Hydrex in your hand. I simply do not care. I'd also like to point out that was top deck Chainstorm. So, fun times, fun times. This is a yikes moment. I am out of hard removal to deal with all these Hydrexes. I've already played Chill. Still have Impale on deck. I can cache into Impale. I'll have Wrath, but Soulforge gives it chains. Or not. Soulforge gives it lead. These are levels of interactivity we haven't seen in I don't know how long. This is it. This is it right here. Peak interaction. You play the thing with a lot of health. And now the Chainstorm is coming back to bite me. I'm going to run deactivate. You normally don't. You can up shrink right here. I sure do love 9 cost units that do not give you value for free. The only reason I play this card is because I like it. The fact that, like, basically every other 9 and 10 cost unit in the game gives you immediate value, and Dracomanthium is the only one that you do not get that with. Hydrex is also there, but Hydrex can do so many shenanigans with its Vipers that I think that's fine. Because you kind of play Hydrex for the death effect, and just for it to die. And if it does do all that stuff, it kind of just wins. Oh, hey, that's cool. I can't even Titanic through that. Like, yeah, I found this. get 2 more Hydrexes. Yeah, you have another Hydrex in your discard, so it doesn't matter. This could be lethal. Wait, I should not have killed that. Dummy bacon, bring your dummy. Yes, more Hydrexes. Fantastic. Wow, this is a real interaction hours. Like, what is the answer to this? You get lucky and you dust it early? Like, what do? They happen to hit it off of Wartlock, and then you happen to be holding Raise Arms? Is that it? Is that the breath of my counterplay? Hey, wait, is Fireball? 9. Yeah, Fireball was lethal. Of course, of course. Thank you, out of that Flame Phoenix. Now do I die in my draw? I could still win. Could in fact still win. We may not win. Oh hey, beloved. These arms. We may not win on this turn, but hey, we actually could win. We shuffled our hand around enough to get us what we needed. That's going to cause some problems. Uh, one Hydrex. How many Hydrexes have been played? Can we get an account of how many Hydrexes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 21, 22, 23, 25. Like, I think that's 9 Hydrexes. Wait, is that it? No, it's not Unophobia here. You never played the hacks. Yeah, hacks would actually be nutty if it worked. Oh, right. Yeah, you do that. That's interesting. Rude Witch, Rude Witch, Rude Witch. Rude Witch lethal. Shapungo? Shapungo, what do you have to say for yourself? What what do you have to say for yourself? Like, actually, Shapungo, what in the world? I can beat that. I can't beat 2v Hurdy. Of course. Of course. Why would I not be able to beat a 2v Hurdy, but definitely lose to that? Oh my god. Pungo, you're such a pain. Okay, so Chainstorm was really clutch there. Seashore. What do we think about Seashore? What do we think about Seashore? Yeah, foxes eat snakes. Foxes eat snake. Can confirm, am literally a fox. Have literally ate snake before. Tread all over. We tread all over snake. Yeah, it's one cost deck thinning. Of course, it could be something else. But if I'm going to run Chainstorm, I need something that can get rid of my chains. Because I already have Chill, Temple Watch. Yeah, I only have Chill and Temple Watch. And Crystal with the Unfollow. Yo, Cosmicon is slept on. There's Polar Bear again. Polar Bear over Seashore. That could be interesting. It's more expensive draw, kinda. Maybe we could run Polar Bear. We could put Burninate in. Yeah, games that I Turbo Grave Royal is really rare. But if I already have Royal, it draws Wrath. Yeah, I wouldn't put so much stock into the fact that the draw is delayed, because except for things like when I deck Flame Phoenix, having delayed draw is not that bad, because I can overdraw my hand a fair bit with like Eclipse, and then Chester and Casket and all of these things. Glacial Hulk. Okay, so what do I res with Glacial Hulk? Not Earth Golem, so Eclipse or Cleo. 6 mana for the guard, and then it summons like those things. See, but like it's also 6 costs. It does have guard. I could see Glacial Hulk. Like I don't have very many big targets for Glacial Hulk, and by the time I'm dropping Glacial Hulk, I feel like it's either on turn 6 because like the card needs to be played, and then it's what 3 mana, play a Frozen Cleo. I mean, yeah, sure, it's another Mummy and a bit more healing and Banner. That's well, I guess 3 cost Cleo with 1 health is good. Or I guess in the really late game, could like re-trigger Dracomanthium, Titanic or Undragon. No, it doesn't. It doesn't res Undragon or Titanic. It by the time I'm dropping those cards, I've probably won the game. And if I'm looking for some of those things, I can probably already get that. Yeah, but then we get back to the overdraw problem. You know, we'll try Glacial Hulk. We'll try it. It is a guard. It is a 6/6 for 6. Those are good stats. Fuck you, it's my code. And also just let you guys know, I'll be. So I've been doing tournaments all day today. might do this game, and then like maybe one more, and I think that's all. This is it. Or do you think like usually like an modification? The reason we didn't do that there is because we want to do it next turn. Man, you put 3 dead draws in my hand. It just ruins control decks. Just ruins them. Oh yes, Whisk Away, of course, Whisk Away. What would you do without it? Honestly, Dr. Violet has a 2 Whisk Away. It's a 3/3 with Wither and Lifesteal. What do you even do about that? What? What? Moltres? Of course. Uh, Hanoo was just telling me to put Glacial Hulk in here to make my deck weaker so he could beat me. I see what's going on now. Yeah, just keep hitting my face. That's a phobia after this. Joy of Joys. Oh, now you. Is that a 9 cost Unophobia? Yeah, I think we just do this. Yeah, I have the overdraw problem again. Glacial Hulk is not a good draw here. Of course! Fair and balanced. Fair and balanced. Yes, randomly. You play Cryogen in your Unophobia aggro list, twist and turn. Well, if I was holding Mortal Blow, it would have been helpful. Sunder would have done something. Oh, look at that. Salvage. Come on, salvage. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is all of the OP wisdom cards. We got our Sentry Key, our Whisk Away, Seek, Killing Chain, we got our Twist and Turn, the Cryogen. Yes, sirree. Yeah, fair and balanced, if I ever seen it. And he has Phobia. Of course, I'm a Ruaf is here, wouldn't it be? I've already lost to Phobia, just waiting on him to draw it. Two health. I am literally on a prayer. First. You know, to survive that long against that, I feel pretty good. I mean, I've said a million times, Twist and Turn is a stupid card. Because, like, oh, wow, you had literally any board. It looks like you kind of win the game. Yep, that's about right. Uh, Okay, well, that was great fun. I, not gonna lie, I'm kind of just freaking tired. I had great fun with the tournament today. I'm very happy with second. I'm very happy with how all the results placed. I'm definitely not happy with Glacial Hulk. We're just going to take that out right now. And I need to put some other hard removal piece in here. Or pseudo hard removal. Like, even with the Titanic res, like, I just didn't like it. Yeah, good game. I hate Wisdom. Like, you literally had, like, all of the Wisdom cards that I don't like. That is it's great. It's just the big of interaction. Yeah, I will respectfully disagree on the merits of Glacial Hulk. I think that web that in here, and we'll call that good. Okay. In our news, I am kind of just generally quite tired. Yes, Dracomantium is my daddy. He takes care of me. But I'm tired. I kind of need to go. Somebody tell GoodDog not to hate me. And good game to swap go. Man, you beat my ass, and I always tell people play hard removal, do more hard removal, play more hard removal, and then I play the deck with like no hard removal. I entirely deserve that loss. Uh, Altogether, I am yeah, I need to go. Good stream, y'all. Thank you.